Before becoming a bishop, uh, as a child, I had always longed to be a priest. And from my primary school to secondary school, I was a member of Block Rosary because I have continuously emphasized this aspect of catching them young from the family. I also challenge parents, to begin on time to lay strong spiritual foundations for the young ones.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this podcast, Men on Fire. We have here with us one of our brothers, one of our wonderful uh, leaders, and who has continued to carry on the fire of the ministry of declarations all over the world, but especially in Nigeria. I have here with me Most Reverend Simeon Nwobi, CMF, the Catholic Bishop of Ahira Diocese. My Lord, we're happy to have you with us
Thank
today.
you.
So, uh, this podcast really wants to get to know you. Through this podcast, we want to share your mission, your vocation with our brothers and sisters out there. So we want to know, what's your story? How did you join Declarations, and then what's your story with Declarations, and then becoming a bishop?
Okay, thank you for having me. Of course, you have introduced me. My name is Simeon Nwobi, Catholic Bishop of Ahira Diocese. Ahira Diocese is in southeast Nigeria, of course, Imo State. Before becoming a bishop, uh, as a child, I had always longed to be a priest. And from my primary school to secondary school, I was a member of Block Rosary. We prayed together, acted as the three children in Fatima. And so we're drawn by that spirituality. With that spirituality, I grew up. And with that, I continued to long to be a priest. Fortunately for me, towards the third year of my secondary school, I met a Clarian who was on apostolic work and who I mentioned to him I would like to be a priest, and he directed me. He directed me to Clarian missionaries in the Nekede. So that was my first encounter with Claretians. I made my application and eventually took my exams in the secondary school, and I was admitted. So I did my postulancy for 2 years because that the next year it was not a novitiate year, so we had to wait till 2 years after we did my novitiate, did my first profession. Actually, my date of birth was 25th of March. Incidentally, I made my first profession on 25th of March. So I have double celebration, so to say, my birthday.
Yeah.
In the world, my birth in Claretian family was on the 25th. And that was the story. From there, I did my philosophy, theology, and I was ordained on the 21st of July, 1990. So my first assignment was a mission in the southwest of Nigeria, a place called St. Anthony's Catholic Church, Ibora, represent the Archdiocese of Ibadan. I was there for 2 years, and after that I was transferred back home to be the econom of the House of Theology, our theologate in Atau. I did that for 5 years. And after that, I was sent to study here in Rome. I was in Gregorian for 2 years to do I studied missiology. And on my return, I was posted to teach in Bigard Memorial Seminary in Ogun. I was there until I was elected a member of the council as prefect of apostolates and the vicar of our province. So that I was doing until eventually I was elected provincial superior 2010. From there to 2022.
Yeah.
So I was provincial superior for 12 years. And eventually I went on sabbatical. From there, I was appointed a bishop.
Wow.
Yes.
What an awesome story
Yes.
of God's grace, because clearly there was never a time you said, I want to be a bishop. It means it's actually God that was moving all these whole things there. And that's why it's very interesting for us to kind of understand. You've lived most of your life as a Claretian, and now you are entering into a diocese, it's not like a new thing, but it's a new style in a sense, because you have worked as a Claretian. But let us know a bit about this diocese first of all. You're the bishop of Ira Diocese. What is the outlook, the outlay of the diocese?
Well, before I was appointed a bishop, there was a bishop there the premier bishop, like Bishop Chikwe,
Yeah.
Victor Chikwe, who died in 2010. And after his demise, there was a difficulty in getting a new bishop. It lasted for a very long time. There was kind of crisis. The bishop was appointed actually, but the priests and the laity of the diocese did not welcome the appointment. So it lingered until 2023 when I was appointed auxiliary bishop. So, but the diocese is predominantly Catholic. At the time I came, they had 88 parishes. Presently, it's 90. They have a little above 300 priests
Oh.
that make up, and then a good number of the laity are there. The diocese is thickly populated, and the majority are Catholics.
Oh.
So it is a place that is also dealing with the population, with vocation, and we have over 85 seminarians in senior seminary. And that's the picture of the diocese. Presently, we have a number of our priests working outside the diocese in the United States, in Europe, and some of the dioceses in Nigeria who are on mission. So that's the structure of our diocese.
Oh, that's great. The experience, I'm sure, has been very unique. But coming as a Claretian, you were the provincial superior of the Claretian Missionaries, East Nigeria province. That means you were already somehow versed in management of priests. Do you see a similarity, or do you see some kind of difference in what you were doing and what you are now doing? Surely ecclesiastically it is different, but in the style of management you have to do, is there something that is now or what you were as a Claretian has really inspired a lot what you're now doing as a bishop?
Well, Matthew, I would like to tell you that it's not the same.
Okay.
It's not the same because the religious life structure is different. We live in community. We share a lot as members of the same family. In the diocese, it's not the same. They are not obliged to live in community. Well, priesthood is the same, but the commitment also at different levels.
Yeah.
But in leadership, my position as a provincial superior had also helped me a lot, especially approach to issues, to personalities. There are different personalities, of course. In religious life, you have a constitution that guides you, which you are obliged to keep, and you'll be challenged by it if you are committed, religious. In the diocese, they have vowed the vow, or no, what do you call it, not vow now, the commitment to
Obedience to the bishop.
celibacy
Yes, yes.
and obedience to the bishop and all that. But not to say that they should be as committed as the religious. You, as a religious, you are sent to any part of the world. Of course, as a missionary, as a diocesan, you are ordained for your diocese, except in situations where you are required to go on a mission on behalf of your diocese. So I would like to say that the challenge of becoming a diocesan bishop, the first experience is loneliness, because all my life I have lived in a community. We eat together, we pray together, we walk together, we work as a team, and all of that. But in the diocesan life, there is a kind of, the bishop is there, who should be feared, and
Far away.
we should be, yes. And then, of course, the responsibilities, people are afraid. For instance, sometimes you can make a joke in the religious community, even as a provincial superior. It will be taken at that level. But at this other side too, there are some jokes that will make a whole world of difference, to to the other person who may not understand your own way of jokes and all of that. But that is not to say that the bottom line, in my own experience, is that it has been an enriching experience so far. Because of the circumstance of this diocese, I can see a lot of availability, commitment of priests, to see that the diocese moves forward. After 13 years of stagnancy, as I would say, without a substantial bishop, the priests have longed to have their own bishop. And as a result, with my coming, I can see dedication, availability to work with me and to cooperate in any pastoral activity we've agreed to carry on.
Yeah. Surely you have brought a lot. You have not. You're just about almost 2 years, about 2 years now, as the bishop. But I'm sure within this period there is a lot you are bringing in from the background from where you come in. Being that we have a wonderful story, our own. Our father founder, St. Anthony Mary Claret, was also a bishop. And so there is really a source material from where to operate. What can you say as being that Clarition dimension that has somehow inspired you or pushed you now to work and serve in this capacity, that foundation from where? Is there somewhere an inspiration you are getting from Claret or from the Clarition mission that is now being used also there in the diocese?
Yeah, first and foremost, I became a Claretian before being a bishop. And so I still have my Claretian spirituality, Marian spirituality, of course. And at the beginning of my ministry, we started with a novena of Our Lady of Perpetual Help.
Oh,
of
great.
course, the patroness of our diocese is Mary, Mother of the Church. So we have a lot of devotion. We have this commitment to Mary, who is a patroness and who is also our own today. Of course, we celebrate the Immaculate Heart of Mary. So that aspect of spirituality is there. And the aspect of availability, which Tony Claret, who was always there in the confessional to hear confession of people, we preach retreats, and all of that. Also, areas where bringing to the spirituality of the diocese. And I also think that because of this number of years, we needed to build up not only structure, but the human person. Spiritually, we need to build up the spiritual path of the presbyterium, as to be able also to build up the spirituality of our people.
Yeah.
So, and that is also an aspect of Claret, whose heart was to the whole world. For me, my own ministry now is to grow together with the priests in bringing the people up in the way, first in the Marian way, commitment to Jesus himself, who is the chief pastor, who is the good shepherd. And I'm bringing this to every meeting of the Presbyterian. They need to commit ourselves to the Word. Of course, we are servants of the Word, preaching the Word, preparing for Sunday ministry. We have in our communication department also the Matter TV that airs the Sunday reflections every weekend. It helps priests also to prepare, get some materials to prepare for Sunday ministry. So our commitment to the Word of God, commitment to the Marian devotions have no part two. We feel we are deeply committed, knowing my background as a Claretian.
Well, you have basically indicated that the different dimensions of declaration life, declaration apostolates, from pastoral to Marian spirituality to even education, communications, and the likes, are already things that you are bringing in. And it's very interesting you mentioned this because you said from the beginning you started with the block rosary. That means the Marian spirituality has always been your foundation. Yeah. With this wonderful background that has led you to where you are, we want you to speak to the young ones of today. Those who they are in that stage where they are mixed with so many things. Some of them have this kind of spirituality, some of them don't. Some of them have people who they can speak to, some of them don't. But they need to know from your story, what can they be inspired by, so that maybe to become a bishop one day, who knows, but especially to find their own path, their vocation to serve God, and especially in the way, through the line, the spirituality of declarations. What would you like to say to our young ones today?
Yes, this is a part of our apostolate that is also dear to my heart, because I have continuously emphasized this aspect of catching them young from the family, because I believe we're able to go to block rosary, do all the devotions because our parents allowed us to do this. And in as much as I encourage the youth to join these sodalities, associations in the church, I also challenge parents, to begin on time to lay strong spiritual foundations for the young ones. Because if you show them the way, they will follow. So the youth themselves should know that the fear of God is the beginning of wisdom. The earlier they start to commit themselves to things of God, maybe a block rosary, maybe a HCA, maybe other sodality, even charismatic movements in the church. These sodalities prepare young ones for the future. They are the future leaders of the church. So if they start now to know the Lord, learn how to serve the Lord, even serving at Mass or belonging to youth organizations, all these are steps of taking the step they should take in order to become who God has called them to be. In the process, they'll be able to discern what God is asking them to do, to become who God has called them to be. So the youths, I encourage you today to begin now to follow the steps laid down by the church in youth formation, block rosary, holy child. There are so many organizations they can join in the church. When you do not follow this, you cannot remain empty. There are other vices that may come to take the place of being spiritual. So I encourage the youth to pick up. And I became a priest because I had initially I wanted to be a priest, because I was directed to the way of God. That's why I always emphasize on the parents themselves, beginning early enough to lay a strong foundation for their words. Teach them how to pray, teach them to encourage them to go to church, encourage them to read their Bible, encourage them to pray the rosary. All those devotions, will prepare them for the future.
Yeah. Before we go, we only mentioned that you had your inspiration from the block rosary at the beginning, and we have been mentioning it a lot. But maybe some of viewers don't know how it is. How is it organized? Is it a prayer set in the house with the family, or how is the organization of this group that inspired you? This group, and you are also suggesting to the young ones today, the block rosary.
Yes. Well, the foundation is on the three children of Fatima.
Okay.
Who prayed, who were praying the rosary till our Mother Mary appeared to them. So that was a foundation of block rosary. And in fact, in every prayer meeting, which was done on every day, we formed three groups of three children of Fatima who lead in the rosary.
Oh,
and at the
wow.
end, they pray the rosary, pray the litany, and then they sing some spiritual songs, and that's the end. So you do it every day. And of course, there are spiritual talks that are given by the elder. They usually block rosary are children. Sometimes you have also some adults who also join in the prayer. The heart of it is the rosary.
Okay.
Pray the rosary every day.
Oh.
And with a picture of a mother who appeared in Fatima.
Oh.
So that's what the spirituality is all about, and that's the structure of the prayer. It doesn't take a long time to gather every evening to pray, sing, and
Wow.
yeah.
My Lord, thank you very much. We are so happy to have you in this special edition of this podcast today, Men on Fire. My dear viewers, we'll surely meet again with another wonderful experience of great men of God who will continue to speak to us on how we continue to live our life as missionaries and serving the Lord through the inspiration of our dear Mother Mary, the coding manual spiritually that inspires declarations. My Lord, once again, thank you.
Thank you.
And God bless you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
God bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.